Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the gun that I shoot in USPSA Carry Optics. I'll start by saying it is a Glock, so there's a lot of Glock fanboys, there's a lot of Glock haters. I don't really care either way. I started carrying a Glock 10 plus years ago. That's primarily what I've shot over the years. That's the platform I invested in, mags and holsters and accessories and all that. So when I started shooting matches regularly, I just stuck with it. In my opinion, this gun is not going to keep me out of other classifications or winning matches or anything like that. That's going to be me. So I shoot a Gen 5 Glock 34, and I know there's a lot of debate on what model is best these days. A lot of people like the 47s, a lot of people like 17s, whatever the case is. Just pick one and go with it. I went with a 34 because this Gen 4 34 has been my carry gun for a long time. I like the way it shoots, the way it recoils. So even though I switched some internal parts on my Gen 5 so it does handle a smidge differently, this is what I'm used to. So I had the opportunity to pick up a Gen 5 34 from a buddy, and it had these black, probably Ameriglow irons on it, and I threw a 2.5 MOA SRO on it on a Ford Controls optic plate and some Talon grips, and I went to town. It had a Glock performance trigger in it to start with, so I was getting used to that. Talon grips, I immediately realized that they're so sticky that I was having trouble breaking my grip slightly to hit the OEM mag release. So I wanted something just a little cheap plastic mag release that I could hit a little easier. So I put a Strike Industries magazine release on it. And then I'm used to flat face triggers, so I went ahead and put a Johnny Glock Vex shoe on it, and unintentionally this worked out, but the Johnny Glock Vex shoe adds a wall, whereas the Glock performance trigger is more of a rolling brake, and I definitely prefer a trigger with a wall, especially targets at distance, poppers at distance, low percentage targets once they start getting out there. I personally like to be able to take some of that slack up, get to the wall, confirmation, whatever it is, confirmation 3, press the trigger. That's how I am currently getting hits on those targets. I don't like touch and just slam through the trigger on those types of targets. So I like having a wall for the accuracy portion. Primatia slide release is just so when my support hand grips the gun, I'm not like riding it and it's digging into my thumb. So despite the fact I'm not really doing slide lock reloads in matches, it just makes it so my thumb can ride up here and it's not digging into me. I have those on all my Glocks. So shot a few matches with it and then decided to start changing some internal springs. That was mainly because despite me liking the wall for some of those low percentage shots, I was getting a little trigger freeze when I was trying to split the gun quickly. And so I decided to throw a minus connector in it, and then I did a 4-pound striker spring and a lightened safety plunger spring. So now this trigger is about 3.5 pounds. I have a wall. I had short take up just like it would, and then I decided to play with the recoil system a little. I bought a Carver Custom stainless steel guide rod so I could put a 13-pound recoil spring in it. I don't really notice weight of the guide rod out front. I mean, I really just needed something that was going to allow me to run a different spring, and this thing shoots very soft. I've been shooting like low power factor, like zero ammunition, 147 grain, or like Federal Syntech, but that stuff has gotten pricey. So I'm going to go back to my tried and true practice ammo, which is S&B 124, and that should get this slide moving a little bit faster. So I'm also using a brass C&H Precision speed feed. I just switched over from the polymer one. This one got its first match on Saturday. I really like the design of it. So I'm assuming I'm gonna like the brass one. This felt really good on Saturday. So the polymer one is definitely worth the price. This one, debatable. If you like the weight at the back of the gun, then go for it. Match magazines. I have 4 of these, just Glock tubes, and then I bought the kits from Henning. So Henning +5 with an MBX spring and follower, so it's a 3D printed follower. Gets me to 23 in the mag. When I choose to plus up, I can get 24 in the gun. But these followers do not lock back, so not really something I need to worry about in matches. Practice mags just have, I have a bunch of shield arms +5s with standard springs and followers, so I do get lock back. So that is what I am shooting for USPSA. It is less stock than some, it is more stock than others, and that's the nice thing about Glocks is I can do anything to this gun to make it a little bit more what I prefer, or something that might help me just a little bit. I wanted to get as much performance out of this gun while staying carry optics legal and not worry about the reliability, and then I can just focus on getting better. So to the people who say you should only shoot a stock gun, whatever, you shoot a stock gun then, that's fine. The rest of us who want to try stuff and want to figure out what our preferences are and see if certain things benefit us, that's what we're gonna do. So drop it in the comments below what you guys are shooting for matches, what you prefer in terms of parts. Do you swap triggers? Do you swap springs? That kind of stuff. And we'll see you guys on the next one.